Hey guys, Sean here. It is Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We're at surplusfundsriches.net. That you can go there, check out our program, sign in, get on our email list, get a lot more content. There's also a link on there, surplusfundsriches.net. There's a link on there to our Facebook account. Please go to that and like and follow the Facebook account, Facebook page. Also, guys, of course, like and comment on this video and subscribe to our channel, Surplus Funds Riches, all one word, here on YouTube. So let's talk real quick. I just did a video, I haven't put it out yet, on what to do with flipping. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that because it's about 20 minutes long, and I know that's going way beyond the normal amount of time people are willing to spend, so I may cut that one in half before I post it. But I also wanted to do a follow-up video before I even posted that one on what not to do. Okay, and this is going to actually apply to both deed flips, property going into tax or mortgage foreclosure, flipping property like that, and also overages. So it's going to apply to both sides. And I think there's going to be, if it's you, if some of this touches you or makes sense to you, or you go, oh my God, I wish I'd known that 20 calls ago, please comment and let me know that. Because there's some things that a lot of people do, and I am not judging, I am not making fun of anybody. It's human nature to do some of these things. The only reason I don't is I was in telemarketing for years. I actually ran a telemarketing company in the, early 90s. Before that, I had worked as a telemarketer raising funds for firefighters and police back when I was a kid. So I know a few more sales techniques than most guys out there, particularly on the phone, which is most of your work is going to happen, at least the initial part of it, on the phone. So a couple things you need to understand, things you need to not do, okay? First, don't beg the question. Now, begging the question is asking a question that could result in them not talking to you or taking your offer or working with you. Now, that sounds crazy. Everything could result that way, right? No, I'm talking about questions that will automatically bring up a flag in the back of their head. Wait a minute. So in overages, the main one is you don't ask, hey, you go into your spiel, whatever your script is. We have a really good script. But tell them about the overage. Then we say, were you aware of this? That's what we ask them. And then if they were, we say, are you working with someone currently to try to get that money out of the court? We do not say, have you made a claim with the court? Because in some states, they can actually make a claim themselves. Okay? Even without an attorney, some states. It's rare. It's getting harder and harder for people to do that. But still, you don't want to say, have you made a claim? Because in the back of their head, what are they thinking? I can make a claim. Don't ask that question. Were you aware this money was there? Great. Second question, are you working with someone currently to help you retrieve this money? Okay? Now, looking at flipping, the main mistake I see people make is they go, have you listed the property? We're 4 weeks out from foreclosure or tax sale, and they're asking the owner if they listed the property. There's two problems with that. One, now they're going, I could list the property and get retail for it. Duh. No, I haven't. I think I'll do that. And depending on the price range, they can probably sell it for cash to an investor. Don't ask them if they've listed the property. Guys, you can go online and see if they've listed the property. That's the second part of that. You can go see. Don't ask them that. Just ask them if they're willing to sell it to you. Don't ask them if they've listed the property. Now you're going to have them go list the property because you basically told them to do that. So don't beg the question, all right? Don't ask people if they made a claim. Ask them instead, right? Were you aware of the money? Are you working with someone currently to get it out? Flipping, are you willing to sell it to me? Don't ask them. Don't ask them if they've listed it. All right. Don't make the first offer. Whenever possible, say, what do you think it's worth in its current condition? Don't go, well, I'm thinking I could offer you this. Don't do that. Now, some of the people are savvy out there, and they're going to want you to make the first offer, and that's when, I said this in an earlier video, you go, look, I haven't seen it, you can send me some pictures, and I'm going to send somebody out to double check that, but if you can send me some pictures, I can make you at least an initial offer, see if we're both in a ballpark, and see if it's willing to go forward. You're willing to go forward at this point. And that's what I would do. But I would not make an offer sight unseen. And obviously, I've said this in my programs, the systems we've got, you check the Google Maps, you check what the check for code enforcement liens and debt. You check, okay, before you actually send that check. All right. Do not change your process. People are very controlling. So if you say, this is what I do, this is how I do it, they're gonna want, instead of talking about dollar, people are messed up, guys. Instead of staying on target and trying to get what the price they want, they're going to try to get the terms they want. Now, I don't have a problem with, instead of, say, giving them 40 grand, maybe giving them 30, but letting them stay for 2 months. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with moving things around on how the offer is structured or how the contract is structured. What I have a problem with is changing the way I do it. I'm not going to send you a check before I record your deed, a quitclaim deed to me. I'm not doing that. I don't own the property yet. Just like a regular real estate closing, I'm going to record the deed, okay? Then I'm going to double check, make sure I'm the only one that recorded a deed, so other people haven't, all right? Then I'm going to record, then I'm going to pay off the taxes or whatever's due, and then I'm going to pay you. I don't vary from that. Now, will I use an attorney if they really want me to and I have time? Sure, I'll do that. If I have to do that, I'll do that. But I don't vary from my process. Whenever I have in the past, I've screwed up. Oh, I called the county, and no, I can't see it currently that the deed's recorded, but I'm sure it's fine. And I called the county and said, is it fine? Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is. We just haven't recorded it yet. Okay, great. Cut the check. Something happens. Something messes up. Somebody else reviewed that deed. There was an issue. Now I'm screwed, because now I got to go back to the owner and ask him to redo it. Do not change your process. All right. Don't believe anything they say to you on face value. And by the way, changing your process, same thing with overages. If I've got a delay, when I make an offer to them, I'm giving them an upfront payment of 10% of the gross amount being held by the court, usually within a week or two after they sign my documents. Now, the reason I give myself that week or two is I'm going to hire that attorney. I have a central attorney that hires an attorney locally wherever. I'm going to hire that attorney to double check title work. In the past, the attorney said, yeah, it looks good, but I haven't gotten down to look at it. Maybe I sent a check out. Every time they go, oh my God, I missed an IRS tax lien, I missed whatever. Don't change your process. Overages or flips. Don't believe people at face value, okay? And part of this is going to go into not going down rabbit holes, but okay, do not believe people at face value. If they say it's in great shape, a property, that's relative. We had somebody say, oh, there was a small fire in the kitchen, but we put it out, and that was years ago. It's been vacant for a while, but that's the only issue I've got. Okay. Well, we send the mobile notary out. We use mobile notaries because they're registered with the state and it makes people feel comfortable. And usually they'll go take pictures for pretty cheap. Anyway, we sent them out. We got the picture back. What they didn't say is that small fire spread to the roof and burned the entire roof off of the house. And there's trees growing inside the house. Small fire. That's it. Okay. Don't believe them. That's for the flip. Overages, same thing. Don't believe them. Oh, I got the house in the divorce. Great. Do you have the paperwork? No. If somebody doesn't have the paper, I went through a divorce. Believe me, I've got that paperwork. They need to have that for you, or go get it from the attorney or wherever they need to get it from, and provide that when they sign your documents. Don't believe they got it. Don't believe they got the property and now it's just in their name if you're flipping the property. Don't believe that they got the property in a divorce prior to the foreclosure and it was in their name, even though the deed wasn't recorded, it was in their name prior to the overage being created, if there was an overage, right? So do not believe them. Good shape? No, it isn't, okay? Just that debt that you're saying, it's 50 grand in overage, but there's a $20,000 debt. Oh, Sean, that debt doesn't hold water. I can prove that. Great, send that to me. But I'm still going to I'm still going to assume it's 30. if we collect more, you make more. That's it. I'm going to base my initial buyout on what I think we can pull out. Okay? Don't go down rabbit holes, for Christ's sake. This is the number one problem we got with people. Well, I know that in flipping we need all people to sign the deed, but she's been there. You make stuff up in your head, right? She's been there 7 years by herself, so I'm sure that she got it just because he hasn't been around and she's been paying the bills, and that's what I think the statute. Shut up. Either you can get all deed holders or not. Okay? Oh, well, they took out a mortgage 20 years ago. I'm sure it was paid off. Really? I'm not. It doesn't show that it's paid off in the county, so it doesn't count. Okay? Oh, there's a tax lien against them, but that's Jerome C. Long and it's Jerome B. Long. We need to double check that. Stuff like that. Don't go down rabbit holes. Oh, well, everybody died, but I looked on the obits and it showed these 3 people, and then I talked to the one guy and he said the other 2 died and didn't have kids. He's lying, right? Stop with the rabbit holes already, guys. Stop. The time you put in to this rabbit hole going after something you cannot get, the time that you put into that, you could have made 5 more deals. Stop going down rabbit holes. Knock it off. You want to do that on the side where you're kind of looking into it a little bit over here, that's fine. But don't get all OCD crazy. Just the wrong term. Don't get obsessed. Okay? Don't get obsessed with this deal. Let it go. Come back around. You can come back around. All right. Last one is arguing or justifying. Now, this is actually different for overages and deed flips. When I talk about what I can pay the owner total, I will tell them why. I will say, look, my attorneys are going to cost me X percentage. My research is going to cost me X percentage. So I'll make this. Typically, I make about half when you factor out all costs. What you're going to make, I know it looks like on paper I'm making 50%. I'm making more like 25. So that's where I'm at. Can you take the offer? I will give them a breakdown in an overage. I will. I won't argue about it with them. I won't get into, whether or not I can get attorney fees cheap or whatever. I'm like, no, this is my process. That's it. This is what I can do. And people generally see it and agree to it. However, in flips, I don't justify. What I mean by that is, if I go, look, I'm in this thing for 25 grand. I can pay 25 grand for the property. And they go, well, it's worth 50. I'm not going to have the conversation where I go, and by the way, guys, I'm just using easy numbers here, but I'm not going to have the conversation where I go, listen, it's going to take me 15 grand to fix it up. I'm going to have $2,000 in closing costs. I'm going to have $2,000 in this, that, and the other. I got $5,000 in taxes. I got this, I got that. And because here's why. When you start justifying in a deed flip, when you're trying to go after the property you're buying, instead of just going, this is what I can do given the condition and my cost. That's all you say. You don't go into them, because if you go into them, now they're gonna argue about whatever you say. No, it's only going to cost you 8 grand to fix it up, not 15. No, you should be able to get this done and recorded for $1,200 instead of $2,000. No, you should be able to flat fee list this for this much and save money on that. You know what? Maybe I could. That doesn't mean I'm going to pass that savings on you, right? I don't have that conversation with people. Do not justify your offer. Make the offer, take it or leave it, be nice about it, have a nice day. Those are the main things I wanted to cover of what not to do. Thanks, guys.